Very good morning, everyone. Very good morning. Welcome to today's Unit 4 class. I hope all of you are keeping fine, doing good. Everybody, in our last week's class, we started the 2021 June past paper question, Unit 4 past paper question. Am I right? Everybody, guys, girls, all of you, can you look at my screen? Everyone, we were working. I'll minimize it and show you all. We were working on the 2021 June Unit 4 past paper, and we were able to complete question 1 and 2 only. Okay, question 2, there was a report question which we have partially completed. This question over here, we have partially completed it. Okay, we still have a lot of formatting to do. So everybody, can you all please locate your files where they are kept? I'll move in a minute. Okay, so we are in 2021 June, and inside it, we have our database file which goes as a quiz. And we also have our evidence template, which we saved it as our candidate number, center number, surname. We saved it. This was the document where all our screenshots were being pasted. Everyone agree with me on this now? Okay, can everyone locate and see anybody online who doesn't have the files? Come on, everybody. Keep me informed. If you don't have the file, you should be having it. But worst case, you don't have it, drop me a message. I'll send you my file across, sir. I'll send across my file, sorry. Okay, so everybody, do you know what I'm talking about? Have you opened it? Ikram opened it? You need the plug. I don't know how long this guy will take to come. He was here. I called him, he didn't answer the phone. I don't think he has kept his phone somewhere and gone. There you are, he's here. Okay, so everybody, boys, girls, all of you all, we are moving now. We are going to complete where we stopped at. Okay, so everybody, we had stopped where? We had stopped over here. Okay, this is the report that we are supposed to create. Obviously, we were supposed to create a query first and then convert that query into a report. This is the situation of our report at the moment. Everyone, can you all see our report? Doesn't look exactly like what the examiner asked for. So you need to continue formatting it to make it look like what the examiner asked for. Okay, so boys, girls, let's see what we have to do. The heading is done, venue income is done, the black color line is done. Then boys, girls, everybody, we need again the heading venue to appear for every venue. You get it? Venue appears here, venue appears for every venue. Okay, so where do we put it? We have done that also. That also we have done. We have done that also. Okay, can you all see venue appears for every venue? The venue address also appears for every venue. Then what is missing? Next. Exactly, the horizontal headings I need, right? So the horizontal headings also I'm going to put in my venue header. The horizontal headings, look, first it has to be week beginning. Shall we do that? Students online following with me, right? Give me a second. Guys online, I'm going to go into design view. In design view, where is it? In my venue address header, because I want the headings week beginning, number of players, entry fee, income to repeat for every venue. You guys know what I'm saying, right? For every venue, I need this to repeat. Can you all see? It's repeating for every venue. So you have to put it in the venue header, venue address header. So it repeats for every venue. Okay, we need the week beginning first, no? So everyone, venue address header is over here. It's online. I hope I'm making sense to you all. Okay, the venue address header is over here. Now I'm going to increase the gap. I'm going to increase this gap, and I'm going to start with beginning. So I'm going to bring this heading first, all the way over here, somewhere over here. And I'm not supposed to say quiz beginning. I'm supposed to say what? I'm supposed to say week beginning. Look, you can change the headings. You can't change the details. Huh? So you have to say week beginning over here. Let me erase all this and we say week beginning. Okay. Week beginning. I'm going to center align this. Boys, girls, everybody with me? Format, center align this. Do we have to bold it? There is no need to bold it. And then right below it, I need the details. So where are the details? The details are over here. I'll carefully drag this all the way over here. Everyone saw it? I got the quiz week beginning date to appear below that heading. Okay. Then boys, girls, I'm going to center align it as well. I'm coming to you. Center align this. Okay, right. This gap, I don't need such a big gap now, right? I don't need such a big gap over here also now. Exactly. Don't change the name in the detail area. Everybody in the detail area, you can't change names because basically in the detail area, the name of the field is mentioned. You go and change that, the connection will break. You can only change the name of the headings. Okay. Right. Next to week beginning, what do I need? I need number of players. So where's num players is over here. Everybody, num players heading is here. I'll drag it over here. And I will change it to what? Number of players. Headings I can change, not a problem. But the field details you can't. Number of players. And what do I do over here? Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it over here. Number of players. Center align it. Then the detail, I'll try and bring it right below it. There you are. I have that from here to here. Center align it as well. Guys online, everything okay there? After number of players, I need entry fee and income. Entry fee heading is over here. Carefully bring it over here. Okay, entry, there's no underscore, just entry fee. Okay, I want to center align it. Pull it a little more. Then over here also entry fee. Center align it. Then finally income, bring the heading over here. It just says income, no? It just says income. We bring it over here. Center align it, make it slightly bigger. We bring this also over here. Center align it. Okay. Shall we see how it looks? Home, layout view, looks okay, but not properly centered. No, let me move everything a little more this side. Okay, click, control, click, click, control, click, control, click, control. Little. Maybe a little. Now it looks much better, much better. Everybody saw this? I think I'm not done. We'll do some adding. Okay, we'll do some adding up, which I will do shortly. I need all of these to be black color in font. Report design format, black color font. Okay. Right. So we need to calculate the total income and overall income. We will be doing that in a minute. Okay. Everybody, would you like to just see my look for now? For now, it looks like this. Okay. Hurry up, hurry up. Guys online, everybody okay there? If any questions, you can take a screenshot even and send me. I can sort it out for you. Students online. Come on, everybody, we are moving in a minute. Close the gap. Sorry? Yeah, reduce the gap. The heights of your the heights are way too much. With 2021 June. No, when there is such a big gap, it will remain here only. Reduce this gap. Then you can bring it out. Already out. Avesh, come on, phones away, phones away, phones away. Even if you're done, come on. Come on, guys, 30 seconds, I'm moving. Okay, so now there is a calculation that needs to be done. Right, everybody, time's up. I'm moving, no messages, which means everybody is okay. Everybody has done it. That's what it means if there are no messages. Okay, so boys, girls, everybody, can you look at my screen? I need to calculate the total income. Can you all see over here? It says the total income by venue and the total overall income also I need to calculate it. So everybody, which field am I interested in? I have the beginning, week beginning, I have the number of players, I have the entry fee, and I have the income. So which field am I interested in? Which field will I be interested in? I will be interested in the income field, right? I will be interested in the income field. I basically need to add up these values. So everybody, as you all know, in the report layout design, we have something called totals over here. Can everyone see over here? We have an option called totals. When you click on totals, you can either add up all the values that you have selected. You can find the average of the values that you have selected. You can count the number of values. Okay, you can find maximum, you can find minimum, various mathematical operations you can carry out. Adam, look here. Okay, so what do I need to use from here? I want to find the total. So I will be using sum. So as soon as I click on sum, can you all see the answer drops over here? The answer drops over here. I don't need it over here. I need it somewhere over here. So you will have to go into design view and move it. Okay, so everybody, I have the total of this venue, total of this venue, and what is it, 625? I have the total of this venue, I have the total of this venue, and this is my overall total, right? This is my overall total. Okay, so where do we move them? We come into design view. Below what? Below my venue name, below my venue name, I have to put total income. So my venue name is here, no? My venue address is over here. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to increase the gap here. In venue address header, increase the gap. Click, control click, control click, control click. And take this all the way down, somewhere over here. Then what do I do is I take another label, report design, label, and what do I say in the label? Total income. So somewhere over here, I will open up another label and say what? Total income, colon. I'm basically going to make this font black color. Where? Font is going to be black. Right align it. Okay, and right next to total income, let's make this slightly smaller. Right next to, let's take it somewhere that side. Right next to total income, I'm going to get the sum formula. Can you see the formula is over here? Everyone saw it? The formula is here. Now it should come over here. So drag it over here. This is where I want it to be. Okay, let's pull this down a little more. Slightly bigger. I'm going to left align this. Do I need to bold it? No, I don't need to bold it. Right, then this venue address footer I don't need. And then everybody, right at the bottom of my report, I need these black color lines. I'll do it shortly. Everyone, can I look here? Layout view, I have my total income as well. Everyone saw that? My total income is also there for me. Can you guys try it out? I have my total income as well. Come on, everyone, let's try this out. What am I going to do? Can I manage? What do you want to find? The income? So will you bring these down? Yeah. Design view. So overall, we will try this in the footer, just accelerate it. So everybody, in the report footer, you can see the overall income is over there. The overall income is right now in my report footer. Can you all see over here 625 it says? It says 625. How does the examiner want it? The examiner says I need to have two, what do you call, black color lines over it. Okay, so everybody, let's do that. I'll come into my report design view, and in the report footer, I'll increase the gap a little bit. Okay, bring this down. I first need two black color lines. So report design, and what tool am I going to use? I'm going to use the line tool, and I'll draw the line from here. Use shift and draw it up, so you get a straight line. When you press shift and draw your line, you get a straight line. So I drew my line. Format, shape outline, I want it to be black. Shape outline thickness, I'll go with something like this. Then just like that, I need another line as well. So again, report design, tools or controls, I need a line from where to where, a line from click, hold on to shift and go to your end, somewhere over here. Again, format, shape outline, I want it to be black color, and I want the line thickness to be about this much. So I have my two lines. I need a label to say overall income. I need a label that says overall income. So I take a label, draw it in the center. And what should this say? Overall income. And I'm going to format it in a black color font, right align it. Then I'm going to bring the overall sum next to it. Okay, now let's see how it looks when I come into layout view. Oh, it looks perfect. Everyone saw this? I forgot to left align it. Format. Perfect. Hold shift and draw it. So when you hold shift, it doesn't draw, but you just go up to the end with it. It will then appear when you take the hand out. While clicking, hold shift. So hold shift and click, hold shift and click. Everybody, can you try these out? Guys, I'm moving in 2 minutes. As much as you can do, do it. Yeah. Sorry?
Now it's only for the bottom. When you
This line.
yeah, because on the paper we have these also.
How many answer that line? You can't put your label also inside this. Okay. A label needs to come in a label tool.
What you saying? That overall
Next one is that says listen. take a new tool from here, take a label, go in here and say, okay. Yeah, I have to move now. Understood how it works now? So I'm moving up. Guys online, everybody, I'm moving. I hope you all have pretty much grasped what needs to be done here. I have to move on to the next question. I want to finish this paper today. So I'll be moving in a few seconds. Okay. Guys online, any questions for me? Let me know. Everybody look here. This is a label and this is my formula. Both are in two separate elements. Label. Inside this text box, the formula is there. It's not one text box having everything. I think I should keep a small gap so you all see that. There should be a line for every venue. Yes. Guys, one more thing to be done. Everybody, there is one more thing to be done. At the end of every venue, a line needs to appear, right? I forgot to do that. Can you all do that? So basically, in the venue address footer, isn't it? In the venue address footer, you need to draw a line. At the end of every venue, a line needs to appear. You know what I'm talking about? Look here. There is a line that appears at the end of every venue. Okay, so we need to draw this line over here. Okay, so what do I do in the venue address footer? I'll just draw one line. A report design, tools, which tool? The line tool. From where to where? Hold on to shift. From here to here. Okay, and I want this line to be black in color and I want its line thickness to be about this much. Okay, so now when you look at it in layout view, it looks perfect. Everyone can all see the line has appeared. Okay. Yeah, that was the last thing. Guys, I'm moving. Everybody, let's move. You all know, understand what's happening over here now? Anything, let me know. Okay. Either I'll explain it verbally or worst case, I'll take a video and send it to you all. Okay. Right. Boys, girls, everybody, time to move from here. What does the examiner tell us? So this part is done in class. The query we did in class. Now we did the report now. So she says screen print your report in design view. Can you all do that? First take a screenshot in design view. So Windows Shift S. I go into my evidence template. And I paste it over here. 2B2, can you all see? Then the examiner also tells me, screen print your report in print preview. I need a screenshot in print preview. So I come into my report and say print preview. And I zoom out a little bit so that they can see the whole thing. And then I take a screenshot. Windows Shift S from top to bottom. So we take a screenshot in report in design view and in print preview. Okay, everybody, I have two screenshots. Okay. One is in design view, one is in print preview. So I'll come over here, put a text box and say done in class. Better. Okay, everybody, we are going to move down to question number 3 over here. Guys, girls, everybody, we are about to attempt question number 3 now. Everyone ready with me? Okay, I'm just going to save my work once more. Okay, and close what I don't need. Okay, everybody, we are about to move on to question number 3. Can everyone read with me? Veronica needs to know the number of quiz types that have been used at least 14 times. Read again. She wants to know the number of quiz types that have been used at least 14 times. Create a query that will extract the quiz types that have been used at least 14 times and the number of times that each type of quiz has been used. She wants to know the number of times that each quiz type has been used, but she's interested in only what? In those that have been used at least 14 times. So everybody, what tool are we going to use? We are going to use a query. So shall we go and create a query? Let's go into our database and let's say create, and let's go into query designer. Create query designer. So everybody, which table would we be interested in? We would need the quiz table. Okay. Quiz table I would take. Okay. So I would take the quiz table. 1 second. Then I would take the quiz type table also. So everybody, which fields will I take?
Quiz week beginning.
Quiz type I will take. I will take the quiz type. I will take the quiz type. I need to know the quiz type now. Right. I will take the quiz type. Okay, then. Avesh, what do you think? I need to know how many times these quiz types were used, no? So where will that information be? In which table?
Quiz table.
In the quiz table. Boys, are you all with me? The quiz table keeps record of all the quizzes that took place, no? Now, when I take quiz type, it will give me the quiz type. I want to know how many types this took place. I want to know where were these types used. So that information is in the quiz table. In the quiz table, if I take the type ID, I'm going to take the quiz type ID from the quiz table. I'm going to take the quiz type ID from the quiz table. Okay, so everybody, when I click on run, can you hold on a sec? Can you hold on a second, please? Look here, everybody look at my screen. Let's explain this in words. I took the quiz type from the quiz type table because I want to know the name of the type. So I took quiz type field. Then I want to know how many, I want to know where these quiz types were used. So I took the quiz type ID from the quiz table because the quiz table contains details about all the quizzes that took place. The quiz ID, the number of players, the number of teams, when did it take place, who was in charge of it, and what type of quiz was it. So now when I run it, everybody, can you all see? Music, 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 music. So many times music quizzes took place. So many times history quiz took place. So many times general knowledge took place. So many times sports took place. So many times geography took place. So many times film took place. Okay. Right. Now what did the examiner say? Examiner said what? I want to know how many times did each of these quizzes take place. So for that, what do we do? I don't want music repeating. I want to put all the musics together and tell me how many quizzes took place. Tell me how many times it's repeating. So what do we do then? These quiz types are there now. Sorry. These quiz types are there now. I want to put all the musics together and then count and tell me how many times the ID is repeating, for example. Another table, okay. Guys online, what shall we do? I basically want to count the number of times music is appearing here. Because if I count the number of times music is, it will basically tell me how many times this quiz was used, right? How many times this type of quiz was used, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to group the musics together. I'm going to put all the musics together and I'm going to count how many times the ID is repeating. Everybody okay with this? I'm going to count how many times the ID is appearing inside it. So what I'm going to do over here is, everybody look here. I'm going to, everybody in the query design tab, I'm going to enable totals. I'm going to enable totals. Okay, everyone saw this in the query design tab. I'm going to enable totals. What am I going to do? I'm going to group the quiz types, put all the musics together, put all the films together, put all the geographies together, and then for quiz type ID, I'm going to count it. Count how many IDs are inside it. Count how many times, count how many IDs are inside it basically here. So over here for quiz type ID, I'm going to count it. I'm going to say over here, count the quiz type IDs that appear inside it. I want you to count it. So everybody, when I run it now, what do I get? Can you all see over here? Film counted and told me that there are 12. General knowledge was counted and it is how many? 14. Geography 10. History 16. Music 16. Sport 12. Everyone saw this? I grouped the types and I said count the number of IDs inside it. Everyone okay with this? I grouped the quiz type and I counted the IDs inside it. Count the IDs inside every group. Everybody, the examiner gave us a specific criteria, right? He told us I'm only interested in the count that is at least 14. At least 14 means what? Greater than or equal to 14, right? So in criteria, what are you going to type? Greater than or equal to 14. He specifically mentioned I'm only interested in the quizzes that have been used at least 14 times. Okay, so we say greater than or equal to 14. So now when you run it, everybody, now when you run it, what do you all see? You can see there are only 3 quiz types that have been used at least 14 times. Okay, there are only 3 quizzes that have been used at least 14 times. All good? Let me quickly read and see, is there anything else I need to do? So everybody, there is nothing else to do now. I have put the number of times. Screen print. So let's save this. Everybody, I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this as question number 3A, Q3A. Okay, question 3A, and I'll say okay. Then the examiner says, take a screenshot in design view and paste it in your evidence template. So Windows Shift S from top to bottom. And I go and paste it where? I come and paste it over here, question 3A. I'll just put a note that I have done this also in class. Done in class. Okay, students online, everybody okay with this? This is my design view. Okay, can you all try it out, please? Okay. Boys, girls, shall we move away from here then? Everybody, we are going to move away from here. Let's go back into data sheet view. The examiner then goes on to say, Veronica would like the information in chart format to make it easier to understand. She wants a chart. So only those who have modern chart option, you all will be able to perform this. The chart needs to show the quiz types that have been used at least 14 times and the number of times that each type has been used. Use the query you created in question 3A to extract the data for the chart. Okay, everybody. So query 3A now needs to be converted into a chart. So where do we go? We come into create. What tool do we use for a chart? What tool do we use for a chart? Table, query, forms, blank report. Very nice. You will be using a blank report. You're presenting an output now. You're presenting information now. So you will use a blank report. Create blank report. Okay. However, in this particular view, you can't create a report. You need to change your view. Okay. So I'm going to go into design view. I'm going to come into design view. In design view, guys, you need to click on your detail area. When you click on your detail area, immediately the report design tab appears. When you click on your detail area, the report design tab appears. So we click on report design, and what do we do here? In report design, we click on insert modern chart. Okay, insert modern chart. And everybody, I feel that, you know, a column chart is more than enough. The examiner hasn't specified, but basically you have to put a chart that can be understood. Okay, that can properly represent the data. So column chart looks good enough. Insert modern chart. I'll go with column. I'll go with a clustered column chart. Clustered column chart. And I'll draw it over here. As soon as I draw it over here, I get what we call a dummy chart. This is a dummy chart. Okay, I have to connect this to the correct source. So everybody on the right hand side, you have chart settings now. I'll say, you know what, the source is a query, and that query is Q3A. The query that this is connected to is Q3A. Can everyone do that? Go ahead, label the chart. Go ahead, label the chart. Format it to make it fit for purpose. So everybody, what's a suitable chart title? No, let's not do chart title. Let's first define the axis labels. My axis category will be the quiz type. My y-axis will be the count. My y-axis will be the count. Okay, it looks good. Nothing else to be done here. Okay, nothing else to be done. Right, everybody. I'm then going to close my chart settings, and I'm going to take my property sheet. In my property sheet, make sure you are viewing the properties for your chart. Everybody, make sure you are viewing the properties for your chart. Then in the format tab, you have chart title. A good chart title will be quiz types, or popular quiz types, you can say, or quiz types that have been attempted at least 14 times. Okay, quiz types that have been attempted at least 14 times, or you can just say popular quizzes, popular quiz types, because these are the ones that have been used the most now. So you can say popular quiz types. Okay, then your category axis title will be quiz type. Your primary axis title will be, or primary value axis title will be number of attempts, or number of times attempted. Okay, everybody saw this. My chart has been properly labeled. X-axis is quiz type, y-axis is number of times attempted, there is a chart title. Okay, Okay. You guys know what you are doing, so I'll just keep moving that. Okay, if you can finish this paper today, that'd be great. What's the name of this? Question number. It's a chart. Question 3B dash chart. Q3B dash chart. Q3B dash chart. Okay. Right. Then boys, girls, everybody, can you all do the screenshots? What does she say? Display or report in design view, ensure the chart is visible, screen print the entire window. So in design view, design view, window, shift S. And what does she say over here? Screen print the entire window. So property sheet, everything appears. No, here. We take the whole thing from here to here. We come over here. Then she has also asked for a screenshot in print preview. Can you guys read this? Screen print or report in print preview view. So we go into print preview, view, print preview. We take a screenshot of this. Let me zoom out slightly. Windows Shift S from top to bottom. And we come and paste it over here. So we come into our chart, the properties of our chart. Chart type, what did I say? Popular chart, these types. Then x-axis, category axis, strategy axis, chart type. Y-axis, primary value axis here, number of attempts. So label the chart. Okay. Right, boys, girls, everybody. Question number 4 now. Let's move on to question number 4. I'm saving my work here. I'll come and say over here that this was also done. Right, now let's move on to question number 4. Veronica needs a dashboard for the database. Okay, everyone, a dashboard. It must provide buttons that will allow her to do the following. Everybody, for a dashboard is basically a place where you are receiving user input. No, the user is giving you input. No, so what tool will you use? For a dashboard, you want to put buttons and get input from the user. So do we go with a table? Do we go with a query? Do we go with a report? Do we go with a form? We will be using a form. A form is where you can get input from the user, right? Okay, so we'll be going with a form. And everybody will be going with a blank form. To be more precise, we will be going with a blank form. So I'll come over here and say create. And we say, you know what, give me a blank form. I want to create it from scratch. Blank form. Then can you guys go into design view? And everybody, your dashboard should look like a dashboard. What shall we start off with? What shall we start off with? Before we put the buttons, what shall we do? Shall we put a heading over here that says dashboard? Everybody, let's come here, take a label. Let's take a label. Let's draw a label from here to here. And let's mention that this is a dashboard. Okay, and then make it look like a heading, format it, center align it, bold it, black color font, make it size 18, for example. Okay, make it look like a dashboard. Then if you want, you can give instructions. I'm going to put a border outline for this. Shape outline, black color outline. Below this, I'm going to put some instructions that say, click to choose an option. Click to choose an option. Now we're going to draw buttons after that. I'm going to center align this, black color font. What? Click to choose an option. Just instructions. Okay, press to choose an option or click to choose an option, you know. Right. Then boys, girls, button number 1. What should it do? Open the data edit form you created in question 1B. Sorry, open the data edit form. Did they mean entry form? Okay, anyway, everybody, I'm going to create a button. So I'll come into form design. I'll take a button. I'll draw a button over here. What is this button supposed to do? What is this button? I don't need the button wizard. I don't need the button wizard. Cancel it. I want this button to. So what does it do? It's supposed to open the form. So the form is what? Venue form now. So I'll say over here, venue form. Venue registration form. Venue registration form. Then guys, girls, I'll make it look good. Let's, what do you call, bold it. Black color font, make it size 12. Everybody, shall we start programming how this button works? I'm going to right click over here and say build event. Okay, using macro builder. And when I click on this, open form. IJKLMNO, open form. Which form? We have only one form here, which is the form dash venue. Form dash venue. So now we click on save and we close it. Yeah, for that particular button, that's all you do. For that particular button, all it has to do is open the venue form. I'm waiting for you all. In a minute, I'll be moving. We got the report design. There's a tools from labels, royal label, type dashboard. Nobody that's not. Everybody look at the detail. No, don't use label, don't use text box. Undo what the text, use the text box. You do the text box. You take the text box will be connecting in totally later, but the mathematical expression. Every ordinary text must use a label. Believe this and that are useful. The label is okay. Venue registration form. Then everybody, I need another button for what? Another button that will run the query in question 2A. So we take another button over here, form design button is tool number 4. We draw our next button over here. I don't need the wizard, cancel the wizard. What was query 2A about? Number of quizzes by setter. Okay, so I'll come over here. View quizzes by setter.
Okay, opening the query.
Basically, I'm opening the query. Form design, sorry, format. Bold it, make it size 12. Black color font. View quizzes by setter. Now what do? I'm going to right click it and say build event using macro builder. And what do I want to do? I want to open a query here. IJKLMNO open query. What is the name of the query? 2A, Q2A. So I click on this, I click on save, I click on close. So now I have this button also done. That is okay. I'm saying, what is this? Click out first, click out. I want to click out. It is an unrelated other Xbox with it. Still out. Not working. I use the button, those are all buttons. Click to choose an option, that's fine. There's also a label. Dashboard is a label, click to choose an option is a label. The other two are buttons. Buttons is this. Don't draw a button where you want. You will write, you can say I want to build event. Okay. So everybody, 2 buttons are done. We now move on to the third button. The third button says display a message asking the user if they want to view the query you created in question 3A. Can everyone watch how I do this? Display a message. So I need a button. Everybody. It must provide buttons that will allow her to display a message asking the user if they want to view the query you created in question 3A. If they do means what? If they click yes, the query in question 3A should run. If they do not, that means they click no, the chart you created in question 3B should open. Okay, so everybody, we're going to have a button. When the user clicks on the button, it will ask them, do you want to view the query? If they click on yes, the query should open up. If they click on no, the chart should open up. So everybody, how do we do that? Let's first create our button window, form design. Let's take a button. And I'll put this button over here. And what do I do over here? The button wizard, I don't need. I'm going to cancel it. And over here, I'm going to say what? View popular quizzes. Q3A was about that. No, view popular quiz types. View popular quiz types. Now I'm going to program how this button works. So size 12, black color font. I'm now going to program how this button works. Everyone watching? So when I click on this button, a message should appear with options yes and no. Okay. So everybody, can you all watch? And then we'll take our break. Everyone look here. I'm going to right click on this. And say build event. Everybody, I have a button that says view popular quiz types. So we right click on it and we say build event using our macro builder. Now guys, girls, anyone remembers what action we are going to use here? If the user says yes, query should open. If the user says no, chart should open. I will be using if function. Very nice. I will be using if over here. Now inside if, what do I put? What tool do I use inside if? I want to show them a message with the options yes and no. Message box, not alert. I'll be using a message box, MSG box. Where? Message box. Anyone remembers the order in a message box? In double quotes, you first put the prompt, the message that you want to show them. What is the message you want to show them? Do you want to view the query? Do you want to view the query? Question mark. I want to give them two buttons, yes or no. What was the value of yes or no buttons? No. If you want a message box with yes and no buttons, what was the number? Number was 1, 2, 3 or 4. Nobody remembers? Guys online, anybody? I shared a screenshot with you all giving you all these numbers. So we've got a message that says number 4. Exactly. It is number 4. Everyone, shall I remind you all again? Where is it? Where did I keep it? One second, please. Let me quickly find it. Look here. Okay, everybody, these are the different message boxes you can have. If you want only OK button, you put the value 0. If you want OK cancel, you put 1. Abort, retry, ignore, you put 2. What are we interested in? Yes and no. So we put 4. We put number 4. So I come and say over here, comma 4. Okay, I don't want a title. I don't want a title, so I'm not going to put anything else. I'm just going to close the bracket. So if this message box's output is yes, is equal to yes. How do I say equal to yes? Yes is equal to how much? No, yes is equal to 6. Yes is equal to 6. If the output is 6, which means the user has clicked on yes. Okay, if the output is 6, which means the user has clicked on yes, then what do we do? Open the query here. Open query, IJKLMNO, open query. Which query? We call it question 3A, Q3A. If it is yes, then open question 3A. Otherwise, else, otherwise what do? We have to open the chart. Open report, MNO, open report. Which report? Which report? We open up our chart. Correct? No, what I have done here? Everybody, what I have done is correct, right? If the user clicks on yes, then open up the query. If the otherwise else means the user has clicked on no, else open up the chart. Come on and try this. We'll take a break shortly. Okay, so if it is equal to 6, then open the okay. Let's say it close this. Save from here now. Use one people the command. Sorry? Yeah, saves closing. We can just you into the query. If I say yes, query. I said query question 3 here. What name you use? Design you. Actually, your query is called what question? Just
Because they know they are not. For dashboards, you always use a form.
Right, boys, girls, everyone, shall we test and see that it's working? So everybody, there is nothing else to be done. There is nothing else to be done, as I know. Okay, we have done this button, this button is also done. Let me test all my buttons now. I'm going to save it from here. Close it. Let me test them now in form view. Registration form opens up. View quizzes by setter opens up. When I click on this view popular quiz types, it tells me, do you want to view the query? If I say yes, the query opens up. If I click on no, the chart opens up. So it's all working for me. So far, so good. Shall we save this, guys? Let's save this as dashboard. Dashboard. Can everyone save this as dashboard? If you want, you can give a background color also. If you want, you can give a background color. I didn't do that. This was done. This was done. 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 I only have my screenshots to be done, and then we have only question 5. We can easily finish this. Okay, so everybody, can you all take your screenshots after the break? We'll do it then. I'm saving this. Save your work. Fine, everybody, can we start taking our screenshots? Let's spend about 2 minutes doing that. Everybody, screen print the dashboard in form view. So I'll take a screenshot in form view, Windows Shift S from top to bottom. And I come and paste it over here. Screen print of your form in form view. So I paste it over here. That's done. And then the examiner also says, produce screen prints in design view to show any macro or code that you have used. Ensure that all details can be clearly seen. So anyway, we have all three of our buttons are using macros, right? All three of our buttons are using macros. You have to go into its properties, go into build event, and take a screenshot of its programming. Property sheet. It won't clearly show everything now. The if condition, it won't show clearly. I'll show it to you. I know what you're talking about. If I come into layout view, if I click on this field and if I take property sheet, okay, for this, no problem. Can you see?
Other than that, take the add.
It's saying here embedded macro. The details are not given to me. Okay.
No, before you click on property sheet.
Which one?
Add the extension. Yeah.
Okay.
Show types.
Just showing me the tables on that are connected to this. So everybody, what I'm going to have to do over here is I'm going to have to right click over here and say build event. Okay. Now it shows me how this button works. So I take a screenshot of this. Windows Shift S from top to bottom. I come and paste it over here. Then I close this 3 times. Correct. Right click over here. Build event. Windows Shift S from top to bottom. And I come and paste it over here. Then again, I close this. The third button, I right click and say build event. Windows Shift S from top to bottom. And I come and paste it over here. Everybody okay with this? So I have taken 3 screenshots, okay, showing the programming behind every button. Window, you done? Okay, showing the programming behind every button. Now comes our very final question. a 12 marker question, not 12 or 9, 9 marker question. Midun done? Ikram, okay there? Okay, I'll be moving in how many seconds? In 30 seconds, I'll move. All good? Students online, anything that you want me to do, let me know. Okay, right. I'm moving away from here. I'm saving my dashboard. Okay, our very final question. Can everyone look with me, answer with me as well, please? Assist me in answering this. I'll just say over here, done. Okay, right. Boys, girls, everyone, final question. Let's read it a few times. Veronica knows that the database should use validation to reduce data input errors. Agreed? We put validation rules so that users, when they are entering data, errors are minimized. Isn't it? These types of validations could be used in the database. Presence check we use. Why do we use presence check? Why do we use presence check? To ensure that the user, come on, someone, types in a value, submits a value. Presence check means you're checking, you're making sure the user doesn't leave a field blank. Range check, you're accepting values within a given certain range. Lookup check, you're accepting values. No. Lookup check is where you're giving the user a selected set of values. Lookup and list are pretty much similar, isn't it? Lookup and list are pretty much similar. You give them a list of values and you tell them to choose. One of them will regularly change. One of them rarely ever changes. Which one regularly changes? Not regularly. Which one could change? For example, lookup can change, but generally list is fixed. Like when it comes to the months of the year, the list will be fixed. The grades, the list will be fixed. You get it? But for example, subjects offered at platinum, we might use lookup check. The values might keep changing. Okay. Then format check was what? Not criteria. Format is where we were using something called input mask and all for it. The first letter must be a number, second letter must be uppercase letter, third digit must be a number. You all remember when you want your values to follow a certain pattern, we were using format check. Remember input mask? Guys, what students online, do you all remember this here? Input mask we learned. For example, if the user has to enter a digit, we put a 0. If the user has to enter a letter or a digit, we put A. If the user has to enter a character, we put hashtag. Okay. If everything is going to be in uppercase, we put the greater than symbol. This is what we call input mask. This is what we call a format check. You are defining a pattern that the user has to follow when entering data. You get it? Okay. So what does she say over here? And then we have len check. You all know what len check is now? Checking the number of characters that the user has entered. Assess the suitability of these types of validation for the fields in the tables you created. 3 tables we created, remember? Go through these 3 tables and tell us where, or tell us how these validation checks can be used. Type your response in the appropriate place. Okay, so everybody, we have to go, not so difficult, go through the 3 tables that you created and tell where these validation checks can be used on those fields. So everybody, let's start with presence check. Where can I use presence check? On which fields in which table? So the 3 tables are quiz, quiz setter, quiz type. These are 3 tables that we created now. Where can we put a presence check for? Which fields should we put a presence check for?
Venue and
For venue table, don't take. Venue table we didn't create. Venue table was given to us by the examiner. They are saying for the tables that you created. The tables that we created was quiz, quiz setter, and quiz type. Those are queries now. I'm not talking about queries. I'm talking about the tables, the 3 tables that we created. Guys online, can I have some answers, please? Okay, until you come up with an answer, I'm going to explain what a presence check is. Okay, I'm going to explain what a presence check is until you guys come up with an answer. Sam, coming to that, 1 second. So everybody, I'll start off with a presence check. A presence check is used to ensure that the user does not keep a particular field blank. Okay, a presence check is used to ensure that the user does not keep a particular field blank. This validation rule can be applied on the following fields. Which fields did you tell me? The setter email. Okay, what about before that the name? You can put it for the name, right? So everybody, extremely important when it comes to quiz setter table, the first name and last name must be entered. Okay, so you can go on to say setter, can be a setter underscore first name and setter underscore last name. Can be applied on the following fields: setter first name and setter last name from the TBL quiz setter. Okay, this would ensure that every quiz setter has a first name and last name. Okay, so we have now spoken about presence check. We will then move on to okay. Okay, everybody, I'm going to move down to the next part now. The next check we have is after presence check, the examiner has spoken about range check. Okay, can you all first explain what a range check is used for? So we can say over here, guys, you are done here. Now I'm moving down. Okay, so now what do we say? A range check is used to ensure that the user has entered a value that is within the accepted range. That is within the accepted range of values. This validation rule can be applied for the following fields. Which fields can we put range check for? A range check is used to ensure that the user has entered a value that is within the accepted range of values. So everybody, from the 3 tables that you created, guys online, why don't you all give me an answer? Guys online, I'm waiting for an answer from you all. Where would it be suitable for me to put a range check from the 3 tables that we created? Okay, guys online, any answers from you all? Where would it be suitable for me to put a range check? So we've got a message from Mazin. Mazin says date. Okay, let me check. For which table? The quiz table. Okay, how does the date work here? I said range check, not format check. So Mazin, what's the validation rule that they have put here? All the dates are in 2021, correct? It seems like all the dates are in 2021. Isn't it? Okay, any other field? Number of teams. But Aisha, what's the range for number of teams? There is 12, there is 11. It has to be greater than 0. Shall we say that? Number of teams have to be greater than 0. We can say that. Okay, so I will take okay, I will take okay, let's take this. What did we say? What are the two fields? Num teams, num underscore teams, and quiz week underscore beginning date. Quiz underscore week underscore beginning underscore date can be applied for the following fields. The num underscore teams can have a range check of greater than 0, while the quiz underscore week underscore beginning date can have a range check of, it has to be what? Between 1/1/2021 and everybody, and the last date will be what? The last date will be, if you say December 31st, 2021, December 31st, 2021 is not included. You get it? In a between statement, your lower value is not included. So where do you go and stop at? You go and stop at next, so which will be January 1st, 2022. If you want December 31st to be included in this range, you must then say 1st January 2022. If you come over here and say 31st December 2021, if you want 31st December 2021 to be included in this range, then you go and stop at 1st January 2022. So everybody, I'll just make this a different font so that the examiner will notice that, you know, this is a okay. All right, next, what do we have? We next have a check called lookup check. A lookup check can be used to restrict the user from selecting values from a given list that may get regularly updated. This validation rule can be applied in the following fields. So you'll tell me which fields where there is a fixed number of values, but these values might get updated. It might change later on. From the 3 tables you created, quiz type, in which table? No. Where do you record the quiz type? The quiz type is recorded where? In the quiz table, right? Everybody? Obviously, in the quiz type table, we won't have a lookup check. But in the quiz table, for the quiz type ID, we will have a lookup check because new quiz types might come into it. New quiz types might come into it. We can even put it for venue ID also, right? Venue ID and quiz type ID can have a lookup check because new venues might come into the game and new quiz types may also come into the game. Okay. So what do I do over here? What do I do over here? I can come over here and say it can be applied to venue ID, venue underscore ID, and quiz type ID fields in the TBL quiz. Okay. A list check can also be used to restrict users from selecting values from a given list in which its values rarely ever change. But I can't think of any field where we can apply the list check to. No, there is no gender field, there is no field where the values are never going to change. No.
Why the quiz this?
Very nice. Very nice. But we didn't create, that's in the venue table. No. Venue table we didn't create. No. Quiz day, yes, good idea. You can put it for the quiz day, but we didn't create the venue table. No, venue table was given to us by the examiner itself.
What's
So I can't think of a place where I can put the.
Sir, how about the quizzes? Like there's one table that says for lookup.
No.
Yeah, then lookup to TBL.
That is a foreign key of the quiz type. I can't think of a place where we can put. I'll check the marking scheme. We'll check the marking scheme. Then everybody, format check can be applied for which field? Format check can be applied for which field? Which field follows a certain format? Setter email. Also, what about the date? It follows day, month, year, no? We could also mention the date. We could also mention the setter email. A format check is used to ensure that entered values follow a certain pattern or format. This validation rule can be applied to the following fields. What are they? Quiz underscore week underscore beginning date and the quiz underscore from the quiz from TBL quiz and the setter, what was it called? Setter email. It was called setter email and the setter underscore email from the TBL setter. Okay. Everybody just tell me, where do you think we can use length check? Is there any field that can use a length check here? Phone. So length check also, I wonder where we characters only, no? We can put it for date, which means 10 characters only. 2 for day, 2 for month, 4 for year, and 2 for 2 slashes. We could say that for the date, yeah. I'll just check the marking scheme. And anyway, I'm stopping at this point. Everybody will take this down. Format check. We only have length check to note down, and then we're done with the 2021 June paper also. Okay, everybody. So when we meet next week, I'll write the last answer, and then we start 2021 October. Okay, everybody. Next week we will be starting the 2021 October database unit 4 past paper. Okay. Right, everybody. I'm stopping over here then. Only length check is remaining to be spoken about. Okay, everybody, until we meet again next Thursday, take care, stay safe. See you all next